Hello and welcome back to the Abundant Living University. I'm your host, Glenn Ullman, back at sea level, so not out of breath like I was last time we did a video from the mountaintops of Colorado. The subject today is going to be both abundance and living. And if you think about the last maybe 5 or 6 weeks, it's really extraordinary. We've had major unrest, democracy literally flowering throughout an area that has known mostly tyrannical leadership for the last 40 years. This spreading from really Tunisia across all the way to Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and into places like Syria. So we've had that. We had a catastrophic earthquake, tsunami, and then nuclear emergency in the second largest economy in the world, Japan. And, markets went down a little bit, and then they've come chugging right back up. And I've been thinking for the last couple of weeks, why is that? Why hasn't there been more of a reaction? On the economic front, we have oil prices that have gone up about $25 per barrel, which is added about 60 cents to a gallon of gas. But yet, even despite numbers from the economy that look like we're going to start to have some inflation, stock markets, not just here but around the world, have continued to go up. And I really think it's because the world has changed. The world has changed into this information environment where you can have a major disaster somewhere else, and in fact the economies of the world continue to chug along. So there are really two factors that I want to see today. One of them is that countries recover quickly from natural disasters. And I have a great paragraph here from John Stuart Mill, Principles of Political Economy, from the year 1848. And I quote, "What has so often excited wonder is the great rapidity with which countries recover from a state of disaster and devastation, the disappearance in a short time of all traces of mischief done by earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, and the ravages of war. An enemy lays waste a country by fire and sword and destroys or carries away nearly all the movable wealth existing in it. All the inhabitants are ruined, and yet in a few years after, everything is much as it was before." That was from 1848. Hurricane Katrina, which hit in 2005, there were predictions of 10 years worth of devastation and the economy wouldn't recover, but yet did no appreciable damage to the U.S. economy in 2005 or thereafter. There was no appreciable effect. So, again, what's driving it? We are truly in an incredible age for information. In 2006, there were 161 billion gigabytes of information created. I remember when all you could get on your computer floppy drive was a megabyte. But it's even more powerful if you understand that that's 3 million times all of the information that was in all of the books ever written in the history of the world. In 2000, there were 25 trillion emails sent. Today, 70% of all information in the world is transmitted by email, online video, or via the internet. And if you think about research and development, we continue to push forward on new technologies that are discovering things that will have a lasting effect not only in our world, but on how we use energy. In fact, research and development in the United States, we spend more on research and development than the next 7 countries combined. And if you look at patents, the U.S. had 80,000 patents granted last year. That's more than all the rest of the world combined. I'm not saying this to brag on the United States. What I'm saying is we have tremendous movement forward on things like black energy, types of physics we didn't even understand just several years ago. So, again, my sense is markets are going to go up and down as they always do. But the reason why we haven't seen drastic declines is, in fact, that the world is disseminating information quickly, which allows people to adjust. And more to the point, we're investing across the world, not just the United States, in new technologies and new processes which are going to birth new industries and new jobs that we cannot even imagine today. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll be talking to you soon. We love your comments.